Summer freaking flew by. It is that time already. We are into fall, but hey, I gotta get you guys ready, so let's hop into this list. Starting at number 10, the New Balance 9060. Now look, it's well documented on this channel that I absolutely love the 9060 from New Balance. In fact, it's my favorite model. Now this is a really versatile sneaker for being pretty much like a shoe that you can wear at any point of the year. The only reason it's at number 10 is because a lot of their models tend to use suede or nubuck, which oftentimes, you know, you get a bit of water on that, it could be a pain in the ass. But overall, it's a really nice everyday sneaker, and you can get some phenomenal fall colorways, whether you're going for the neutral tones like the browns, the creams, or if you just want to murder it out, you've got the Castle Rock colorway, which I really like, and some triple black options, which are phenomenal. It's also going to be one of the most comfortable fall sneakers, so yeah, definitely had to add this one in. Coming in at number 9 is one that I've spoke about plenty of times on this channel. It's probably one that not very many people are talking about. It's the Ecco RAL 7000 boot. Now this one makes a well-deserved return to this list because they've just dropped a bunch of new, I guess, variations and colorways of this sneaker shoe boot thing. So if you guys didn't know, Ecco is a brand from Denmark. They make some phenomenal shoes in terms of quality. RAL 7000 is a really crazy design studio from Italy. They came together for this crazy, you know, kind of left field collaboration and created some absolute bangers. So the pair that I have and have been wearing for a very long time, specifically during the fall last year, is the Street Ace Low. However, they've recently made some high top versions and some new colorways which are perfect for 2024. So you can grab like the tan colorway for more like military style boot vibes, or just go triple black, nothing wrong with that, or this really cool new like faded leather option. Now they are a limited edition, so once they're gone, they are gone. They're also definitely more on the pricey side, but what you are getting for that price tag is a phenomenal quality pair of shoes that is surprisingly insanely comfortable. Overall, I've not stopped wearing mine, so whether you go for the lows or the highs, it's a really solid pair of shoes, and it just had to make the full list. Coming in at number 8, we got another pretty crazy one, but hey, it's my list, okay? Damn it, it's the Yeezy Knit Runner boot. Yes, I know not everybody likes these Homer Simpson ass looking boots, but they are really good. Now I know Yeezys have been cooked for a while now in terms of like, you know, the partnership ended, they're not making any new ones, but they recently restocked these things and you can find them on the aftermarket for a much better price tag. It's one of those Yeezy models that just went absolutely crazy with the design. It's all over waterproof, which is pretty insane. It's also one of those Yeezys that you rarely see out and about in the public. It's just one of those like unicorn ones. Most of the people are rocking 350s, 700s, but you are definitely going to be going the unique route if you pick up a pair of these. I only recently got mine a few months back because they restocked, found them for a much cheaper price, so yeah, I'm wearing them heavy this fall season and I highly recommend them. Coming in at number 7, we got the New Balance 1906R. Now this one again falls in the same category as the 9060s, where it's kind of like a year-round shoe, so insanely comfortable, great as an everyday option, but the 1906 definitely has a lot more variations geared up towards the fall months. For example, they recently dropped a Cordura pack, so it's kind of weatherproofed or weatherized, and they've got a bunch of different options, more kind of utility or trail versions, which are great for the fall as well. But hey, you could obviously stick with the regular mesh ones. My personal favorite right now is like the Reimagine or Redefined Future, I think they call it. It's just like a bunch of off-cut mesh panels just slapped to the top. They look phenomenal and they're really creative. There's so many different options when it comes to the 1906, so yeah, a bunch of great options and opportunities to style these things this fall time. Coming in at number 6, we got kind of two sneakers at the same spot, but I just didn't feel right recommending one over the other. They're somewhat similar as well, but it's the Jordan 3 A Ma Maniére and of course the upcoming Jordan 3 Black Cement. So right now the Jordan 3 A Ma Maniére collaboration is available for a relatively reasonable price. Like you would think years past, the A Ma Maniére collaboration would be insanely expensive. This is just one of those times in the sneaker games where it's just an insane opportunity to pick up some of these collaborations at a very reasonable price, and I think this shoe is a perfect example of that. Insane quality, really nice colorway, but of course the majority of this shoe being all black, you do also have the little bit of a conundrum where later on this year in November there's going to be the Jordan 3 Black Cements dropping, and those things just had to make it to the fall winter list in some capacity, so I definitely wanted to throw them in at number 6 with the A Ma Maniére. So whichever way you want to go, I mean the A Ma Maniére are definitely based off of that black cement vibe, vibe just with a Ma Meunier's touch. So yeah, if you're into the OG sneakers, or maybe you have a pair of black cements, you want to try something new, a Ma Meunier is a great option as well. Taking the number 5 spot, we've got a pair of shoes that recently has made its way into my rotation and is just literally dominated. It's the ASICS Gel Kayano 14. Now this sneaker model in general I'm going to recommend, but specifically my favorite colorway is the black metallic plum colorway, I think it's called. That's the pair that I have, and it's got a lot of sail on it. It works super well for like a ton of different fall outfits. I mean, you're going to be opting for more neutral tones, and I think this sneaker matches up perfectly. But honestly, there's a bunch of other somewhat similar looking ASICS models that are also really great, like the MYCs. Those are a phenomenal options as well, and great fall colorways. There's also the black colorway of the Kayano 14s, which I think is another really solid option. But overall, this is a insanely comfortable shoe. Like, don't get this wrong, it's a very, very comfortable shoe, and it's super lightweight as well, so it's going to be extremely versatile for like everyday stuff. If you're wearing them to the gym, I wear mine oftentimes to the gym or just running errands. So yeah, these things are definitely staying in my rotation year round, and another banger option. Take the number 4 spot, we got the Yeezy Desert Boot. Similar story to any Yeezy that I ever put on any list nowadays. It's because they've just restocked, and of course the price has gone down significantly. Now, all 4 colorways that exist on the Desert Boots have restocked relatively recently, so you can pick up the oil colorway, which is a great fall option, or my favorite, the rock colorway, or of course a recent addition to my rotation is the taupe blue pair. All 3 of these relatively affordable, or at least significantly more than they have been in the past, and all insane options in terms of a boot for the full time. Now, depending on when you're actually watching this video, they might have just restocked again, or they might have just never came back. We don't really know. All Adidas said was that they're going to be dropping Yeezys throughout the entire year of 2024, so that means until, you know, the end of December, I guess. Either way, I think the Desert Boot is an incredible option still here in 2024. In fact, it's like more in style now than it has been like when they first released. One thing to keep in mind, or actually a couple things to keep in mind with this shoe, is first of all, size up, like a full size up. These things run very, very small. Second thing is, when you first put your feet in there and you kind of feel like, oh, these are a little bit uncomfortable. Yeah, it's just the design. There's a lot of foam around the ankle area that just, you know, give it a couple wears and they will break in really, really nicely and become very comfortable. Right, it's time for some honorable mentions right before we jump into the top 3 best fall sneakers, starting with the Air Max Sunder. Now, this one's still like only just kind of coming back here in 2024. It's like an old retro Nike model that's having a huge resurgence here this year, and I think my favorite colorway has to be the triple black one, or they're doing some Gore-Tex versions later on into the holiday season. That would be a phenomenal choice. But yeah, it's a great looking pair of shoes that is also very comfortable, and obviously, especially with the Gore-Tex one, it's fall ready. Another Nike shoe for an honorable mention would be the Nike ACG Rufus. Now, this is obviously like a slip-on mule type shoe, but it's got the ACG vibes in there, so it's all covered in suede. It's insanely comfortable on the inside, and it's great for those like fall days where you just want to slip your feet into something nice and warm and cozy and step out the door. Final honorable mention, which I kind of have like a love-hate relationship with this pair of shoes, it's the Nike Hot Step 2, yes, the Drake ones, but in triple black this time. So listen, I've tried all of the other colorways, none of them really did it for me, but this triple black one is looking really good, and it's definitely the colorway I'm going to try and pick up. Now, some things to kind of note about this pair of shoes: it's not going to be anything mind-blowing in terms of comfort. In fact, it feels like a bit of a brick on your feet. But hey, if you like the look of it, which I do, I think this black colorway is the best one that's dropped, and probably the best option on this model. Oh yeah, the black colorway is going to be dropping the 20th of September, so by the time you're watching this, it's either coming up to the release or it's already sold out. Apparently it's pretty limited. All right, top 3 time. We got some heavy hitters in here. First one up is actually an upcoming sneaker, but it looks so good I had to bring it into this top 10. It's the Nike Zoom Vomero 5 Rome. Now, this is one of those very fringe cases where Nike wants to expand upon an already existing model, but they don't just slap a different material or colorway on it. they completely upgraded these things. So this is the Nike Zoom Vomero 5 that we all know and love for its insane comfort and insane wearability, but now it's just a freaking tank. They have revamped the upper materials to be more weatherized or weatherproof. It's all this water repellent textile, which I think obviously for the full time is pretty perfect. It's got a heel cap, it's got a super sized freaking chunky midsole, which has also got some pretty major upgrades in there as well. Got a molded rubber mudguard, all-terrain outsole traction pattern, an improved internal construction, and a bunch of adjustments to the actual cushioning of these things. So yeah, I am highly anticipating them. I think they're dropping first in a flax colorway and then a triple black one, which is, it goes hard. Unfortunately, we don't have an exact release date for these things. Just know they are going to be dropping this year, 2024, at some point during the holiday season. So definitely keep an eye out for the Nike Zoom Vomero 5 Roam. Coming in at number 2, taking the 2 spot, man, we got the Jordan 1 Mocha, or more specifically the lows. So the lows that just dropped this month, or for you guys out in the US, I think they're dropping on the 20th or 21st. Nevertheless, like, this is just literally a pair of shoes that is created for the fall time. It's created for those neutral colorways that you're going to be throwing into your outfits this fall, and I think these things are perfect. If you guys don't know already, I did a full review on them. They literally made these things identical to the first Jordan 1 High Mochas that dropped back in 2020. You remember the one that was like all over your IG Explore page? So they've matched the colors, they've matched the materials. It's literally identical except for the fact that you don't get extra laces and it's a low now. Oh yeah, and the biggest plus I think of all of it is that, yeah, you don't have to spend $500 on them like the highs were. These are way more affordable just because of the state of Jordan 1s right now, so a perfect opportunity to add a pair of Mochas into your collection. I stocked up on these things. My girlfriend wanted them, my brother wanted them, I wanted them. We got the whole family dripped out in these freaking Jordan 1 Mochas. But coming in at number 1, and I gotta do this to you guys, but we've got another dual spot. So the first one is the Jordan 4 Bred Reimagined and the Jordan 4 White Thunder. So look, the Jordan 4 Breds Reimagined, they had to be on this list. I mean, that's why we freaking bought them at the beginning of this year, so we could toe them right in time for the fall. You know, I wouldn't say it's necessarily the perfect summer shoe, but with some full outfits, if you're going triple black or something like that, these things are gonna go insanely hard. It's also gonna be like the most fall ready Jordan 4 Bred colorway, considering it's all now leather instead of nubuck. Leather is definitely gonna hold up a lot better if you're stepping out into some pretty, you know, fall conditions. Now, I also felt like the Jordan 4 White Thunders had to make this list just because they're so incredibly wearable and for the most part will look the best with your full outfits. You know, as soon as you start putting some layers on, these things are really gonna look solid. And the craziest thing about all of this is that they're both sat around the same price, which to me is crazy. I thought the Bred 4s would be way more expensive, but they're not. They're actually like around that $230, $250 price point, which honestly, it doesn't surprise me for 2024, but it kind of should because it's a kind of a steal. Either way, whichever one you go for, whichever one you pick, it definitely has to be my number 1 choice. Both of these are making my rotation this fall time, but yeah, that is the top 10. Let me know what you think of it down in the comment section, and let me know if there's any that I missed. Let me know your thoughts. Hey, if you want to catch another video, all you gotta do is click that one right over there.